Hi guys, and welcome back to Kevin's Corner. It's been a while, so let's get straight to it. In today's episode, we'll be examining smudging and the burning of sacred herbs in rituals, which is used throughout shamanic practices across the world. So what is smudging? Smudging is the burning of certain herbs, certain barks or other plant materials that are used, and the smoke is used in a ritual sense in a shamanic practice. Most commonly it's found in North America. That's where most of the term smudging comes from and the knowledge comes from. But here in South Africa we have a huge history of smudging with the burning of Mpepho and other herbs that goes back thousands of years, and in many cultures the use of sacred smokes and burning of sacred herbs has been used for thousands of years across the world. So let's examine how you can smudge, the best way to smudge, the plants you can use, how to harvest, and everything else in between. This is your complete guide to smudging. What is smudging? Smudging is an ancient shamanic rite involving the burning of sacred herbs. Purposes and particulars of the ceremony can vary from tribe to tribe. The generally held belief, especially for smudging within the Native American tradition, is that the burning of herbs in a smudging ceremony serves as a powerful spiritual cleansing technique, which calls upon the spirits of various sacred plants to drive away negative energy and restore balance to an individual, group, or place. In the African tradition, where we burn Mpepho, the belief is slightly different. Mpepho is an indigenous African plant that once dried is burnt in order to communicate with one's ancestors. So this is the slight difference in smudging techniques, depending on what you are burning and what your intention is, but it's either to cleanse your area or to bring about a softening, if you will, of the borders between the spirit world and the world we live in today. And this is generally the accepted belief of why people burn herbs in a smudging ceremony. How traditional smudging is done. This refers mainly to the Native American technique, and with the Native American beliefs that smudging will cleanse an area or a person of negative energies or negative spiritual attachments or any negative darkness or cloud that may be hanging on that person. The burning of these sacred herbs will drive those negative energies away. So how this was traditionally done was the herbs were placed inside a bowl, a sacred bowl, and then they were burnt. They were set on fire, although obviously they're not on fire, they're smoldering, and the smoke will then come from the bowl. So people will stand in a circle and they will almost wash themselves with the smoke as if the bowl was filled with water, and you were washing yourself from a communal bowl of water. People will wash their face with the smoke, they'll wash it over their heads. They will generally try and cleanse themselves with the smoke in a similar way to what you would do with a bowl of water. And in this way, you drive away the negative energies. Normally an elder would lead the process. So everyone is standing in a circle. They scoop some smoke up out of the bowl in their hands and they wash over themselves and cleanse themselves in that way. Later on, smudge sticks were created. They produce a more consistent burn, and also they burn for longer than if you just put dried herbs in a bowl. But you don't need to have a smudge stick to do smudging. It's kind of like a cigarette was invented later on, but people have been smoking tobacco in a pipe for many years, and it's a similar kind of idea. You can even put the herbs in the coal of a fire, in a communal fire, and as long as the smoke is emitted and you smell some of the smoke and gain some of the essence of that smoke, the smudging ceremony should be helpful and successful in driving away negative energies and negative thoughts. What is Mpepho, and why is it burnt? The name for Mpepho used in southern Africa refers to about 250 species from the genus Helichrystum. So it's plants of the Helichrystum genus. The helichrystum species used as Mpepho grow abundantly in South Africa, Eswatini and Lesotho, but especially around coastal areas and the largely arid Northern Cape region. In its ritual use, Mpepho is believed to invoke and placate the ancestors, and to drive away malicious spirits, since these are regarded as common causes of illness in African traditional medicine. So what herbs are used in smudging, and what herbs can you use to smudge? Well, as previously discussed, the most common herb is sage. So sage is known as Salvia officinalis, and that's the common sage plant that you can buy at any nursery or other shop that sells herbs. That has been used since ancient times for warding off evil and negative spirits and attachments and energies, and even the Romans used the sage. So the fact that the Romans and the Native Americans are using the same or a similar plant in their religious rituals, and the fact that they've never met or managed to impart knowledge with one another, shows you that there may actually be something to this plant called sage. And any plant type of sage can be used. The Native Americans will often burn white sage, which is known as Salvia apiana, but common sage can also be used, Greek sage can be used. Any sage plant can be burnt, and the smoke of that will ward off evil spirits, evil attachments, and negative energies, leaving you purified. When harvesting plants and herbs for smudging, there are two ways you can go about it. You can either cut a section or some leaves from a living plant and allow the plant to continue to flourish, or you can harvest the whole plant by pulling it out by the roots. As with everything in smudging, intention is really important. If you're going to pull out the plant, an offering of tobacco and a prayer of gratitude is made to the plant before pulling it out. Tie your herbs together with string when the plant is wet and hang upside down to dry for at least 2 weeks. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, guys.